Hey everybody, Scott Lear here with Chord, and we are in lovely Nashville. There's an amazing backdrop behind us, right?
Wow.
Did you see that yet?
I didn't notice that. I've been facing the wrong way the whole time.
I know. So we're talking to CJ Garton. How are you, man?
Man, I'm hanging like a hair in a biscuit, brother.
I can tell you now he's going to keep this entire interview light. He's had me laughing the entire time. So please go check Mr. CJ out. CJ's a singer-songwriter here in Nashville.
Yes, sir.
What's the original home? Where are you coming from, man?
I grew up on a cattle ranch in Oklahoma. Yeah, Bristow, Oklahoma, a little town right between Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So anywhere you wanted to go, it took like an hour to get there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's always convenient.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I actually loved it when I was a kid. You know, as long as I could wake up before Grandpa, I could hunt and fish and have a ball. If I slept in, he put my tail to work. And so I learned both things in life: how to earn a dollar, which he never did give us, you know, but and how to live out in the country and just keep yourself occupied.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So you do a lot of songwriting, you do singing as well. What is your process? I know everybody kind of has a different process when it comes to writing a song or sitting down and having an idea. How does that work for CJ?
My process is each other. It's life. You know, I mean, every day you get an opportunity to wake up and God gives you that blessing. You get to look around and it's all around you. You know, for me, music isn't something that needs to be written down or pulled out and we got to perfect. It's not an algorithm.
Sure.
It's emotion. It's raw emotion. Like the music I grew up listening to and loving was like Keith Whitley and Merle Haggard, Randy Travis, stuff that that when they sang it, you felt it. It resonates with you emotionally. So for me, a song is more of a connective thing.
And I love that, and it's so true. I mean, for people who listen to music, that's kind of where it takes them too. You know, you're going through a bad day, you got a song for that. You're going through a good day, you got a song for that. But when you write and you do this, you've written for some amazing artists and put some songs out there. So tell everybody, I'd love for them to know, kind of what you've done on that side.
Well, we've been very blessed. You know, we've got some songs right now. We've got some stuff that we just pitched out to Kenny Chesney. We haven't heard back from him. So if you guys are in Kenny's camp, and y'all make that happen now, okay? But I've got Tanya Tucker, David Allen Coe, some Jimmy Buffett stuff coming up this year. We're really excited about it. And I'm really blessed to be around the folks, and it's weird because you're growing up being this little kid and you're like, oh my God, these guys, you look up to them and you're amazed by what they've done and accomplished, and then next thing you know, you're sitting in a room and they're singing songs that you've written, and it's so surreal. It's an honor. You know, for me, that's the biggest impact it's going to have on me is the relationships I've made in this business, and to be able to have the honor that somebody that you look up to as a kid cutting your songs, like Tanya Tucker. I mean, Delta Dawn. I mean, she's a legend in the industry, and so is David Allen Coe and all those guys. And to be sitting there, and it's cool being a fly on the wall because when they do get cut loose, they are in the studio, they start telling stories that they've never told before. Like you got time for one?
No,
David Allen Coe was sitting there with Tanya Tucker. We're all sitting there. And it was his very first, I guess, number one for Tanya, which was Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone?
Yep.
Well, David had come over, and he went to BMI that day. And he's sitting at BMI, and he's like, man, he was talking to Dave Preston's mama, who started up. He goes, honey, I need to borrow like $20. He goes, I need $20. He goes, because I need pay for rent and stuff like that. She's like, David, let me go upstairs and check and see what royalties are going on. She goes upstairs. And she comes back down. She goes, David, we can't give you 20. He's like, you can't give me $20. She goes, no. She goes, but we can give you 10 or something. He goes, $10 ain't work. She goes, no, David, 10,000. And he's like, oh my God, okay. So David said that. So he went and grabbed that check. He went down and brought a brand new Cadillac, and then he went down and bought a guitar over at Gruden's Guitar somewhere. And he took off. He got a phone call, and Tanya was cutting Field of Stone. So he went ahead and rolled over there in his Cadillac and his guitar. He got there. He got to the studio. Tanya's in there recording. He goes in. They're all hanging out. Everything's having a good time. After he just got this royalty check, just probably blew it. Is what I get out of it, which is fine. Came outside. Someone had stole his Cadillac with a guitar in it.
No way. Oh my goodness.
Stole it.
And it's moments like that and things like that it's very, very surreal when it comes to trying to do that. But so writing songs, right?
Yeah.
Favorite song you've ever written?
My next one. Always my next one, because I love the songs. Like my last one that we just wrote was with a buddy of mine, Jimmy Charles, who just interviewed with you guys.
Sure.
Love the song. It's called God and a Woman.
Yep.
And I think that's two of the greatest things in life, besides our kids. And but the thing is I always don't know what I'm going to say next. I always don't know what's in our head. We don't sit down and make plans. It's like I said, it's life. It happens. We could be sitting at a stoplight. You could be talking, and you could say something over a cold beer or iced tea or whatever, and it could just click, and that's the next song. And if it, I think the songs that mean the most to me aren't the ones that make me the most money. It's the ones that impact people the most.
Sure.
Some of my best gifts I've ever had in life is people saying, I played the song that you wrote, called By the Flame in Your Eyes. And anytime me and my wife were fighting, we were going to go through a divorce, they go, we've turned that song on, and it kept us together. And since then, we've grown stronger, we've grown through it, but your song saved our marriage. And that, to me, I never realized that whenever I started this game, started writing, started playing, because I did it for me, and, emotionally, but then you get to connect with people, and you make a difference. You don't realize how much of a difference you make in their lives.
It's insane, yeah.
And so my favorite song, like you said, is one that did something for somebody. Helping them through a heartache, or wanting them to go out and have a good time, or helping them through, losing their granddad, or helping them through, or the wedding song at their wedding, that all that stuff. That's what music is.
That's awesome. And I've got to say, we were talking earlier, and we were talking about what you've got coming out soon, The Gun, right?
Yeah.
So fill everybody in on that one here. I know you want to.
Okay, guys. So we got a song that I wrote because I grew up in the woods at a cattle ranch. Okay. I grew up hunting and fishing. I didn't know anything different than that, but I learned a lot of respect in life. I learned, how to handle something. And the Gun's getting a lot of grief. I wrote a song a couple of years back, and it's really an unbiased opinion from the Gun's point of view, because the reality is, it's not about guns. It's not about knives. I mean, someone can go out with a golf club and beat somebody to death. They're not going to outlaw golf.
Sure.
But what they are going to do is create awareness and allow the youth of our generation to understand, the weight of what's going on. Sure. We're desensitized by video games and by YouTube and this and that. And I personally believe that if we just educate our youth and we start spending more time at that and focus on each other than the details of the things we use, it's going to make a huge difference in life.
I agree with you, and it's such a pressing deal right now, so it's a perfect time.
It is, and I didn't write it for that. I actually just wrote it because I just thought it'd be cool.
Sure.
I thought, I'm sitting there during the election time, and I'm sitting there playing this song. I'm sitting there thinking, man, it'd be really cool. And I got the idea. You guys are gonna dig this, okay? I think at least I crack up about it. You remember when you sit in grade school and they turned on that thing? I'm just a bell on Capitol Hill. Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm gonna do that, except I'm gonna do it for the gun, because that was cool. I'll never forget those things. We used to love Video Day.
You said it like brought back 1,000 memories,
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. I do. Yeah. So I wanted to do that for the gun. I wanted to give that kind of view, if it could talk, what it would have to say.
That's awesome. Yeah. We're going to give everybody a sneak peek in a few here, right? We'll tie it all together.
Threaten me the good time.
Yeah, man. So let's hit you with what we do with every single artist we ever talk to. We have a B-chord signature question, right? Mm-hmm. You're stranded on an island. You can take one instrument with you. Only one instrument. Give us what it would be, sentimental value, what that instrument would be, and why.
I'm holding it right here.
I figured as much.
Yeah, this is a Haight guitar. It's by Norman and Sharon Haight out of Scottsdale, Arizona. I moved to town. My very first day I moved here, I went to the NAMM show because I'd stumbled in on Bridgestone Arena, which was then a name or whatever, and I saw people filing in line, so I just shuffled right in line with them. I followed them down, and they ended up being a private event for the NAMM owners.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I met Yoko Ono, Black Eyed Peas and stuff, and it was crazy. Yeah, I know they gave me a big bag of stuff, but I met the guy who owned Ernie Ball guitar strings and stuff, and they gave me the pass, let me go in. Yeah. I met these folks, and I had a lot of guitars in my past, and I kind of made my way through them and stuff. I never was a great picker in that. But when I got this guitar, I met these folks. They gifted this to me. It was my very first guitar sponsorship.
That's so cool.
So I was blessed, and they handmade this for me and gifted it to me. When I played it and it had the tone, had the feel, I connected with the guitar. It made me want to be a better musician. It made me want to be a better writer. It made me sit down and really concentrate because I'm a high-strung guy. So
no, not you.
When I get excited. So this actually, I guess it kind of grounded me, and because when I played it, it resonated with me, and I felt like, man, I can really do something with this. And as pretty as it sounded, I wanted to show what it deserved and be better at it,
Yeah.
become better.
Yeah.
So if I'm stranded on a desert island, aside from free diving for lobster, I'm gonna be hanging out with this guitar. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I love it. Well, CJ, do us a favor. I'm gonna give you a platform to everybody where they can follow you, where they can do all that good stuff, where your music is, all that.
CJGarton.com, Facebook, give it a Google. That's all I can say. Give it a Google.
I like that.
Yeah. CJ Garton, Garton. We got the gun coming out. We're kind of all over the place, and I encourage you guys to reach out and talk to us. And it's me that's answering y'all. I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna do a little typey type thing, and I'm gonna be like, hey y'all. So I encourage y'all to reach out, ask us questions. If you got song ideas, send us a song idea. You could be a co-writer. Half the song's an idea. And so anything you want to do in life, I encourage just to get out there and just be a part of it, man. Yeah, do it.
I'm thinking one of these interviews, some song's gonna come out of an interview.
Something's
We're gonna figure this out, right?
Y'all already got the name B chords, baby.
I was gonna put you on the spot and say play a B chord right now.
That's right. Do it all day long.
There we go. First B chord ever played during an interview. There you
Live.
go. Right?
Boom.
Yes.
That just
Got it.
happened.
Everybody, thank you. Follow us at bchord615 or on the web, www.bchord.net. Thanks so much. CJ, thank you, man.
Man,
Really
thank you,
appreciate it,
brother.
dude.
I can't thank y'all enough for having us.